Stand up, go over there.
No, not stand up, go over there. She's excused from the court.
Inside a Bexar County courtroom,
Nathan
a
Martinez?
high-stakes murder hearing is about to begin. But as the defendant steps forward, tensions between the defendant and victims' families erupt, forcing Judge Boyd to take control. What happens next leads to chaos in the courtroom.
Judge, at the last setting, I had made a counter offer to Jason.
Excuse me.
Who spoke? Stand up, go over there.
No, not stand up, go over there. She's excused from the court unless she's on the docket. And if she's on the docket, she needs to go into custody. No, we can't have that. That's okay. Here's the thing. Excuse me, miss. Miss. All right, so let me explain something to you. I understand. All right, but we can't have that in court because when that happens in court, you know what ends up happening? Everybody gets angry, and then the next thing you know, they're fighting. All right, so are you able to stay calm and composed? All right, so you're gonna have a seat on this side on the back row, okay? You're welcome, but go on the back row, miss. I'm sorry.
No problem. When we were
We try not to have things like that happen in court. All right, so.
All right, when we were last here, I gave Jason a counter offer.
Mhm.
And we're kind of like, I don't really know exactly what's going on because he did communicate that to David Lunan, who basically said, well, we might be able to convince Mr. Gonzalez to.
No, I don't want, I don't.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to say that we don't have a plea bargain. We don't not have a plea bargain.
If you don't mind, I might be able to.
Yes.
I think what we're asking for is like maybe another week or so that the counter offers can go back and forth, Your Honor, and that could be allowed, because this would be a case that would be set off probably closer to July or so, because it is a capital and a murder associated with this individual. So I think that if that's amenable to make.
I mean, you know, as long as we can start to get some sort of solid footing, because basically what's been happening, and I understand, is I say this and they say, well, maybe, and then they offer me something.
All
He
right,
says,
so
well,
this is what's
maybe.
gonna happen.
You know.
What's gonna happen is the last date for a plea deadline date in this case is going to be January 23rd. After that, it's going to trial if agreement's not worked out.
Thank you.
If, you know, somebody upstairs wants to come down and be a part of the conversation, they can come down and be part of the conversation. But the 23rd is the last day. And after that date, the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, there'll have to be a plea open to the court.
And I understand that, Judge. The only thing that I would ask is maybe if the DA's office could be instructed to maybe let me know before the 23rd, so we don't walk in on the 23rd and now we have some offer and he gets 5 minutes to think about it.
I'll get with Ms. Kramer probably in the next couple weeks or so, right after probably the first of the year.
All righty.
Thank you, Judge.
All right,
May I be
thank you.
excused?
Yes, you may be excused.
Judge, on that, they filed discovery on November 8th.
Well,
Not an attorney. I don't know if that's complete discovery. I've never seen it.
All right, so are they related to this case? All right, all right, so here's the thing. People from either side are not allowed back in the courtroom. That's what I'm gonna have to do, because we're not gonna have a brawl in the 187 district court. So, no. So this is what's gonna happen. If there ends up being an agreement and there's a victim impact statement, that's why we have Zoom. So people don't have to come in. So the defendant's family is not gonna be allowed in the courtroom. If they're testifying, it's gonna be by Zoom. If it's a jury trial, of course, we'll need them here. But nobody's family is allowed to come back in the courtroom on this case. They can testify by Zoom. All right, thank you. All right, on the parties for the. All right, Nathan Martinez.
yes, Judge.
All right, today is the final plea deadline date.
So this is the situation, Judge. At the last sitting, we conveyed, since this is a capital, our offer to the state. And then Jason needed to meet with Mr. Gonzalez to see if what would happen with that. He did convey to me yesterday their counter offer to my offer. So I've discussed that with Mr. Martinez. And we're contemplating possibly countering back a different number. So there's that. And so, I mean, I feel like we're still kind of in plea negotiations for it to be a final plea deadline date.
Mhm.
And then also, this is not Mr. Garahan's fault. I kept talking to him about a certain piece of evidence that just doesn't seem to be anywhere in my murder file. And he agreed, and then he finally did find it over at the lab, and he did get that to me today. Well, that does change kind of a lot of what I had been talking about with my client based on this not new evidence, but new evidence kind of to us. And I told Jason that probably causing me to need to get a specific type of an expert appointed. So I just feel like we're still kind of wavering amongst, I mean, I know we're getting close to either a number that we're all going to agree to or go to trial. We're just not quite there yet.
All right, this is being set for trial. We've been back so many times on a plea deadline date. So, I need a trial setting. Y'all want to discuss the trial date?
Sure, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
First at 10, a mother is relieved tonight now that her son's suspected killer is off the streets.
Nathan Martinez is accused of killing 17-year-old Julian Robledo in a drive-by shooting this summer. And tonight, police say the 19-year-old is also linked to a deadly Father's Day attack. Investigators say he shot 7 people at a family barbecue. 2 of them were killed.
KENS 5 reporter Hannah Tita spoke with Julian's family this evening. Hannah, what are they saying?
Well, Julian's mother says this arrest is not only important for her family, she believes it will prevent other families from experiencing the same devastation. Here's a closer look at the timeline, the evidence, and the response.
Father's Day 2022. Police say a drive-by gunman opened fire at a family barbecue on the southwest side. 7 people were shot. 2 of them, both men in their 40s, died. 1 year later, and 1 mile over, another drive-by shooting. This time, the gunman opened fire on a carport where a teenager was having coffee with his mother. Julian Robledo died from his injuries. Elise Gomez Ramirez saw the whole thing.
Y recordar toda la vida todo lo que miré cuando le disparaban y eso.
Elise says she relives that day over and over in her mind. It will stay with her forever.
Alivio porque lo arrestaron, pero triste porque ya no voy a tener a mi hijo conmigo.
Tonight, she's finally able to breathe. Investigators say they used ballistic evidence and surveillance video to catch the shooter. 19-year-old Nathan Martinez is linked to both deadly drive-bys, according to police. Elise says she still doesn't know why her son was slaughtered.
Es que mató más personas.
But she believes the streets are safer because of the arrest, as Julian's child, now 5 months old, grows up without a dad.
Vida en la cárcel porque.
Elise hopes Martinez gets the same life sentence they've been handed.
And Martinez was charged with capital murder of multiple persons. He's also facing charges of unlawfully carrying weapons, possession of a machine gun, as well as drug possession. Investigators believe these were gang-related attacks. He is being held without bond. Now, when we asked Martinez about these charges, he said nothing. Reporting live tonight, Hannah Tita, KENS 5.